Why being skinny is self-love and how I stopped tracking every single calorie, got skinny, and grew up in the process. We are going to go over luxury mindset tips. For example, Chanel doesn't go on sale, trash can versus your stomach, and plate discipline. Things I personally stopped doing in my skinny era, how to be skinny without tracking a singular calorie, and why being skinny is self-love. You're not bloated because you're broken. You're bloated because you keep eating like your body's a fucking garbage can. It's time to stop spiraling over food and pretending that wanting to be skinny is toxic when it's not. Being skinny is the epitome of self-love, and I'm going to show you how. Hey babe, welcome back to the channel where being skinny is a lifestyle, and if seeing someone living a slim life and enjoying it triggers you, then this place isn't for you.
Get out.
This video is seriously a heart-to-heart. No yelling, no chaos, just clarity. Because I know how it feels wanting to be skinny, but not wanting to obsess over every single little crumb and tracking every single little bite. I know what it's like to feel light one week and spiral the next. Remember guys, I wasn't always skinny. I wasn't always like this. Today I'm going to walk you through every single thing I learned, how I stopped tracking every single calorie, stopped starting over every single Monday, and finally got skinny, and most importantly, actually felt good. Because whenever I was 20 pounds bigger, I put my life on pause. I didn't go to social events. I didn't like going out to eat. I didn't like to go out because I was 20 pounds bigger. I didn't want to get off track. I didn't even like showering and changing and cleaning my room as much. I don't know, whenever you're bigger, to me, that put everything on pause. I was like, I don't want to shower again because I don't want to see myself in the mirror. That's so stupid, but you get what I'm saying. It's like, oh my God, I wouldn't want to see myself naked. I would avoid mirrors. I wasn't as clean. I hated cleaning my room. I was more messy. Just all aspects of my life. Everything got better when I was leaner. I love showering. I shower like 3 times a day. I love cleaning my room. My room's a little bit of a lie. I'm still working on that, but I enjoy cleaning more, laundry, all of the things. I like doing a lot better and more than whenever I was bigger. I just noticed looking back, I'm like, wow, my life is seriously on pause. Being skinny should feel good. So this is your permission to glow the fuck up, to soften yourself. And what I mean by soften yourself, you're going to be less hard on yourself, and you are going to raise your standards without guilt. So let's get into it. Chapter 1, Chanel doesn't go on sale. Cartier doesn't go on sale. They don't explain themselves to people. And I think that's number one. I don't explain myself to people ever. If you need to sit down and explain yourself to people, don't do that, because a lot of people like seeing only what they want to see with you. I was seriously talking to my mom about this the other day. It's like some people who make, hate videos about you or hate comments, or just even your friends who say things behind your back. They're saying that because they, one, obviously are insecure. 2, they're only seeing what they want to see, when they might want to paint you like a bad person or a bad human being because they don't believe in the same thing you believe in, to make themselves feel better about saying those comments. They want to dehumanize you. And I think that was a main thing I learned, is a lot of people who made a video about me, a hate comment, something, they wanted to think I was a bad person. They wanted to paint me in a bad way just because they don't believe in something that I believe in, which is skinny makes you feel better and you live a better life. If you don't believe in that, that's fine. And they're going to paint you like a bad guy and say those comments because they don't believe in what you're going to believe. So what have I learned? Why explain yourself to dumb people, okay? Chanel and Cartier, they don't explain themselves like, sorry, on sale. No, don't sit and explain yourself. You are who you are because of that. I didn't sit and explain myself like, oh, I'm not a bad person, and over-explain myself. No, those people who did that, they never get to be my friend. They never get across me, because now all of a sudden people spamming my DMs, live, let's be friends, let's do this, let's do that. Okay, but 6 months ago you made a hate video about me. You get what I'm saying? Same thing in your life. You can apply this in any way you want to your life, but your friends will say things about you because they might not believe in everything you believe in, so then they want to paint you like a bad human. Don't ever go and explain to someone that you aren't a bad human. Don't waste your breath. What I've learned is I only care about what my skinny society thinks about me, my friends, and my family. Anyone else, I don't give a fuck about. If they want to judge you, they judge you. And so back when I was losing weight, I was like, why am I treating myself like a clearance? Saying yes to everyone and being a yes man. For example, you might be like, how does that align? When I was full and people were like, want to get ice cream? Yeah, I'll get ice cream with you. Oh, do you want to go out to dinner and get pasta? Sure, yes. When I don't want that. Eating things I just didn't want to eat because I'm easygoing. Pretending I'm chill and comfortable in my body when I was actually the most uncomfortable and most unhealthy I've ever been in my body. That's not self-love, that's people-pleasing in disguise. When I started treating my body like a luxury space, everything changed. I don't eat to please others. I don't explain my no. I don't apologize for having standards. Because being skinny is not about restriction. It's about self-respect. The trash can versus the trash. This analogy really stuck with me, so I hope it sticks with you. You can either make your stomach the garbage can or leave the trash in the trash. Next time you're eating, even when you're full, but there's food left on the plate, but you feel guilty for leaving it, ask yourself, is my body a trash can? Because either the food that's going to waste goes in the trash or it goes to waste in your body. You are not the garbage disposal. And trust me, I am blessed. I never had to worry about when my next meal is coming. For sure, I've had to budget, but yes, I grew up in a privileged family who always put food on the plate for me. However, I am dealing with some girls in the skinny society who have dealt with the scarcity mindset, which means they didn't know when their next meal was coming, all of this. This should apply to you, okay? And even me, it's like, oh shoot, like whenever, I lived in New York and I've been grinding and I had to pay for everything myself, I'm like, do I really want to not finish a $17 salad? And keep in mind, you can always get it to go and put it in a to-go container and stuff. I'm talking about things like, for example, sushi. Raw fish isn't always the best the next day. Also, you don't want to give it to someone. Raw fish is a touchy subject if you eat sushi. I'm talking about things where you feel guilty because you're like, I can't save this for tomorrow. I can't finish this for the next day. Because a lot of things you order, you can have it for the next day, have it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love leftovers. I hate also wasting food. However, once you pay for everything yourself, I get it. But if you're gonna spend money on a raw fish or raw tuna tartare that's not always good the next day, keep in mind, I get the food scarcity thing, but treating yourself like a trash can is worse. That is self-abandonment. You are not a hero for eating more than your body wants. You're not being good by ignoring your own fullness. Let the food go. It served its purpose. You're done. Leave the trash in the trash, because at least once you leave the trash in the trash can, it's done. However, if you eat the food, that's still in you for a few hours, maybe even a few days, and you have to deal with that. Leave the trash in the trash, babe. Things I stopped doing in my skinny era. Okay, so whenever I fully entered my skinny era, I stopped doing a ton of things that kept me stuck. Here's a list that I did. I wrote them down, and write them down if you need to as well. So the things that I stopped doing every single day to become her was starting over every Monday. I worked a corporate job 9 to 5, pretty much more 8 to 6 or 7, sitting at my desk. So I was like, you know what? I was healthy. I was this all week. I was on the corporate schedule. Weekends, do whatever. Every Monday it was the start over, the this, the that. Nope. Stop doing that. I stopped saying that, oh, I'll be good tomorrow. I'll just eat this and whatever and start over tomorrow. I stopped feeling bad for saying no to food. I stopped eating just to make others feel comfortable. If other people were want to get lunch, want to do this, bitch, I'll drink a tea. It doesn't bother you if I eat, if you eat. Also, whenever friends invite me to go get a drink and I'm hungry, I'm like, shit, I didn't plan. I need to get food now. And my friend's like, I'm not hungry, but I'll go and sit with you. It doesn't bother me. Whenever you're happy in your own body, it doesn't bother you. I remember I used to be when people would eat salads, it's do they really want a salad? Yes, they do. They do want, if you don't deprive anything, yes, people crave healthy food. It's crazy because for me, it's I would never allow myself to have even a piece of bread or pizza or this or that. So I was generally just overeating tuna or fish that I got served, or overeating the salad, when in reality, I wouldn't allow myself to have pasta, pizza, whatever, because I was like, oh, I'm, Monday through Friday, I have to be super good, whatever. And I was like, I can't believe people actually choose this, No, trust me, now it's you eat to feel good and you realize it makes you feel good. So yeah, I never eat to make people feel more comfortable. I never let guilt override my goals. And lastly, this is probably going to get me in trouble for saying this, but I never take advice for people who aren't quote unquote skinny or peaceful in their body, because again, skinny is a mindset. So I will never take advice from people who aren't comfortable in their own body, OMG, you should try this or that, when they aren't happy and their own body. So whenever I say people who aren't skinny or people who I wouldn't trade bodies with, if people aren't at peace with their own body, I'm not taking advice from them. I got crystal clear on what actually makes me feel good, and I didn't apologize for sticking to it. So what a lot of people confuse, because I just say eat less, right? Portion controlling, whatever. If you want to know exactly how I do that, I post it on the Skinny Society. Truly, I have graphics, I post the eating days, etc. Whenever I say eat less, I know protein makes me feel good, and I don't have a protein goal. I don't want to stick to a certain protein goal because I think rules to eating cause overeating. How do I do this though? I make sure protein is the center and the beginning of every single meal. So whenever I get close to full, I'm done. I already had my little piece of chicken. I already had my little meatball. I already had a few slices of steak. You get the drill, okay? Protein is extremely important, but we don't need to be pounding down grams. That's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. I don't count because I know my protein shake in the morning that I love and I enjoy. That's already 26 grams. In my lunch, it's typically some chicken with quinoa or whatever. That's also protein-based. But again, whenever I'm full, I'm not like, shit, I need to down more protein grams. You get the vibes. As long as you make protein the center of your meal, you're good to go. But then don't take that to an extreme. Some days you just want a croissant, right? Have half a croissant, have a croissant. But when you get hungrier later, it's because you didn't have your protein today. Sometimes whenever I'm like, ooh, you know what, for breakfast, I'm going to go on a Sunday to have pancakes, because Monday through Thursday, I like eating healthy throughout the week because it makes me feel good. And sometimes whenever I have ice cream and all that, even in small portions, it does give me like lethargic, and I have so much shit I need to do during the week, so much work. The work never stops. So I need to make sure I don't have brain fog, I'm not lethargic, I'm not any of that. So I need to prioritize what makes me feel good, as well as mixing in fun foods. But I mostly like to stick and keep my fun foods just to the weekend, because pancakes, ice cream, stuff like that, even in small portions, does affect my mood and my energy levels. It feels like I have like sugar hangovers. So yeah, I always stick to what feels good, and that depends on the day. And I don't apologize to anyone for sticking to it, because it's my body. If that made me too much, good. Let me be too much for you for saying that. Like, I don't care. At least I'm not spiraling anymore. If people make you feel like that, it's probably because they don't feel comfortable in their own body, so they want to justify it. They want to paint you like a bad person just because they don't believe in what you believe in. We need to stop doing that. Okay, let's get to the juicy part. How to be skinny without tracking. I don't track any calories. Tracking can be helpful to some, and I've done it, and the reason I stopped doing it is anytime I tracked calories, I'm like, wait, I literally haven't lost a pound, or I've gained a pound, if anything. So I stopped counting calories, and I don't live by that anymore. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did. Okay, if you don't have any concept of what calories are, you probably should like research and know what that is. I'm assuming most of you who are on this channel, like, you obviously know a baseline of what calories are. These are for people who like know that a cupcake isn't a chicken, isn't a lettuce leaf, isn't a cucumber. You know the vibes. The first step I did is I did get blood work done and an Oura ring, because I realized you don't need to be eating as much as you think you need to be eating. Okay, whenever I was working a 9 to 5, whenever I was 15 pounds bigger, my total calories of the day, that includes 10,000 steps, and that includes like walking and a workout, my total was like 1,720. So I started my calorie deficit in 1,600 to 1,500. Now, honestly, to maintain, because as you lose weight also, then your calories go down. Like, my calories now, even with a workout and 10,000 steps, is more closer to like 1,600, because I'm a lot smaller. So I pretty much eat the same as how I lost the weight. That's why I say you have to stick to it. It's not like, oh, if I lost weight, I can go back to eating however I want. Nope. What I do is I eat light, clean meals, but also fun, decadent meals in portions. And food I genuinely love. Listen, I don't give a fuck if it's healthy. If it doesn't taste good, I'm not wasting my calories. Even if it's just chicken and it doesn't taste good, I'm not wasting my calories on that, okay? Obviously, every single meal doesn't need to be the best meal you've ever had, but if you genuinely don't love it and don't enjoy it, then your body won't register that as eating, if that makes sense. Like, I'm like, genuinely love my protein shakes, so my body knows and it's satisfied. If you hate what you're eating, then you're not going to be satisfied. And listen, I love chicken, but some chicken tastes like shit. And if I taste chicken that doesn't taste good, I won't eat it. Like, I'll spit it out. I focus on things that make me feel chic and energized, not heavy and not chaotic. Pleasure ends when fullness begins. I stop when I'm full. I don't push past it just to finish it. Full is enough for me. I also have a food tracker, and I just found it so much nicer to write down everything, because I like little bites of things. Whenever you have a calorie counter, for me, I was like, Yeah, okay, I don't need to log that I had a bite of my boyfriend's pasta. I don't need to log that I had a bite of his muffin. But then you go and you weigh yourself and you're like, wait, what did I go wrong? You look back and you're like, I only ate 1,200 calories, but you forget the little bites, you forget the little oil, you forget the little sauces. So what do? I write everything down in my food tracker and I just write, okay, I had a bite of my boyfriend's pasta, I had a bite of his cookie. And then if I weigh myself and I'm up a pound or up 2 pounds, I'm like, you know what? I probably had a few more bites than I thought. If you actually portion control, you realize it's really hard to go over your calories, because I tested this out whenever I first was doing it. My little protein shake, my little quinoa salad, whenever I was having half the portions, I never came close to going near my maintenance calories. If you actually eat the correct portions, even whenever it comes to pasta and you have half a slice of pizza and you have a fourth of a cupcake, guess what? You're fine. If you actually are doing the correct portion, not the serving size, you're good. I also move daily like it's my identity. I typically get 10,000 steps, actually more than 10,000 steps. Walking, Pilates, dancing, moving in my apartment, fidgeting. I'm not punishing my body, I'm nurturing it. I make peace with food without letting it control me. Food is fuel, not a reward, not a punishment, just a choice. I don't look at it like my friend or my enemy. I also eat like someone who's already skinny. This is also me talking about like whenever I was 20 pounds bigger, by the way. Like, I know I'm skinny now because the version of me I knew wasn't going to be binging or overeating food. She's glowing, she's soft, she's structured. You don't need an app to tell you what makes you feel good. Your body already knows. You just have to listen. Your body knows if it's hungry. Your stomach will send signs to your brain. You'll feel a little hunger pang. You will feel a little stomach gurgle. You will feel something. So let's get into why being skinny is actually self-love. Because here's the part no one tells you, that being skinny, I am the most self-loved I've ever been to myself. It's not toxic. It's not obsessive. It's not too much. I choose myself every single day. I choose to stop before I'm full. It's not needing a reason to say no. It's walking away from extra bites because you already feel good. It's showing your body respect. It's not constantly asking yourself to stop fixing emotional eating. You just don't emotional eat. It's about being the girl who feels clear, light, and stunning. Literally, you clear your apartment. You have more time because you're stopping thinking about food. I never am like, oh, what am I going to eat today? Oh, I need to lose 10 pounds. Oh, I need to whatever. Like, I just got invited to go to Miami and I'm like, shit, I need to lose 10 pounds. No, I'm ready to go. Put me on the flight. You know, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about my outfits. I'm thinking about fun things. Whenever you lose weight, you have time to clean your apartment. You have time to do your self-care, your skincare, to read, to do daily affirmations. You don't feel like giving that to yourself whenever you're big and you hate yourself. So yeah, I choose myself every time, and I choose myself at every single meal more than anyone around me. If you've been waiting for a sign to finally enter your skinny era, this is your sign. Because you're not behind, you're not broken, you're just not doing it in a way that honors you. And that's what I built inside the Skinny Society. A place where you don't have to feel crazy for wanting to be skinnier or wanting to lose 5 pounds if you're already small. A group of 5,000 plus girls who get it. We track, we glow, we text each other, and we just keep up with each other through cravings. We track our food by just being like, oh, I had a bite of pizza. We have little food diaries. You know, we don't put the calories, we put the portions. And we don't spiral, we shift. So babe, if this video even just hit one oof moment, then it's your time to stop waiting for permission. Your skinny era doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to be intentional. Come join us in the Skinny Society. We don't do spiraling energy. We do structured softness. Chic, disciplined group chats, tracking that works, and 5,000 plus girls who are glowing with you. If you are ready to feel skinny, clear, confident, energized, without the all or nothing cycle, the link is in the description. Also, if you're still watching, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment. I love you. Stay skinny, stay glowing. You know the vibes. I feel like I want to dive a little bit more deeper before we go why being skinny is actually self-love, because people love to act like being skinny is toxic. But honestly, being skinny has been one of the kindest things I've ever done to myself. It's not about a number. It's about how I feel in my body when I stop eating just because someone is there. When I stop spiraling just after a bite. When I stop letting food control my mood, my body, and my confidence. When I treat her with actual respect. Self-love actually looks like choosing glow over guilt, walking when you'd rather scroll, saying no without fully explaining it, stopping when you're full, and leaving the extra bites behind because you already feel good. I don't weigh my spinach. I don't track everything. I just eat like someone who loves to feel skinny. I eat to feel clean. I move to feel clear. I don't punish myself. I structure myself. Because at the end of the day, being skinny is self-love. And I deserve to feel light every single damn day. Being skinny is self-respect in motion. An object in motion stays in motion. Walk it off. Don't eat it off. Because then the motion you're putting in is eating. So you're just going to keep eating and keep eating. Just walk it off and glow in real time so you don't spiral anymore. Today's topic has seriously been sitting just heavy on my heart. Because if you read all of the skinny books or followed every single on the internet that people try and shove down your throats, you'd be left with nothing. No joy, no flavor, no freedom. Just rules, fear, and comparison. Let's talk about it. The confusion of skinny. I get comments all the time. Liv, you are so skinny. You are on my inspo. Others say, you're not even that skinny, Liv. There are other girls skinnier than you. Well, why are you talking about being skinny? You aren't even skinny. Then some comment, I look sick, I look unwell, I look malnourished. Some even say I'm fat. And then 2 seconds later on the same video, some say I should eat a burger. It's like, no matter what you look like, someone is going to have something to say about you. And if you let those voices dictate how you feel about yourself, you will never feel good enough. I'm bringing this up because I lost for myself. Not because some random troll on the internet told me to, not because someone in my family told me to. I lost it for myself. So the reason I'm saying this is if you're doing this for your boyfriend, your mom, your family, don't. You need to do it for yourself. That's why I always say being skinny is a mindset, not a number. Okay, now let's get into this. The rules that take everything from you and make you honestly gain weight. If you ever Googled how to lose weight, you've probably seen things like this. Don't eat after 6 p.m. Cut out all carbs, only eat 1,200 calories, no sugar, no oils, no snacks, work out twice a day. Oh, and don't do Pilates, won't make you lose weight fast enough. Don't lift weights, that'll make you bulky. It's endless. It's so much. It causes anxiety, culture, disordered thoughts, and damn confusion. You try to follow all the rules, but somehow you feel like you're doing it wrong. And that's the problem. Skinny shouldn't be about restriction. It should be about connection to your body, to your energy, and to your self-worth. The power of self-definition. You have to define your own version of skinny. For me, being skinny feels light, and not just physically, but emotionally. It means eating in a way that supports my energy, moving my body because it makes me feel confident and sexy, saying no to the things that make me feel inflamed, bloated, and sluggish, and saying yes to the rituals that help me glow. It's self-love. It's not waking up in the morning and feeling out of control with your choices. It's not looking at the scale and spiraling and letting it ruin your day. Because honestly, the scale can't measure how good you feel after walking in the sun. It can't measure how you feel after you ate a bunch of sodium, or a Pilates workout that makes you feel snatched and feminine. I use the scale as a tool. I don't let it make me spiral, because at the end of the day, you need to use it, but you don't need to spiral over it. It's a number. Use it as a tool, not as a person or a weapon against you. What I've learned is you will never be skinny enough for the internet, or you'll be too fat for the internet, whatever. But let me say that again. You will never be skinny enough, or you will never be fat enough for the internet. So don't try to be. You'll waste years chasing a version of yourself that doesn't even exist. And listen, I posted my Victoria's Secret little angel photos, insert here, and I thought people would really appreciate that I didn't edit my body. But everyone's like, oh, your tan's blotchy, oh, your stomach's boxed, whatever. I thought I looked good. So would you rather me post one that's filtered and that's made to please the algorithm, or be real? And listen, people love to hate on me because I like my body, so it doesn't bother me. But instead of focusing on those comments, focus on what feels and looks good to you. Because the girl who feels skinny in her own body is unstoppable, because her energy is magnetic. That's the power of mindset, and that is why being skinny is self-love. If you ever feel confused, remember this. Skinny doesn't come from subtracting everything. It comes from adding love, adding intention, adding your own rules, forgetting what everyone else is saying. You are the only voice that matters. Comment below what skinny with an I means to you. I love you, I see you, and stay skinny your way. Speaking of the scale, I want to talk about the scale went up now. You woke up, you stepped on the scale, now you feel disgusting. Cool, here's what you're not going to do. Freak out, cry, punish yourself, spiral, let's talk. Weight fluctuates every goddamn day. You ate more food, you had more salt. Maybe you went out, maybe you lived. The number you saw, it's water. It's still digesting. It's not permanent and it's not personal. One big meal didn't make you fat, just like one salad won't make you skinny. It doesn't work like that and it never will. You know what actually hurts? Being mean to yourself. Quitting the second something doesn't feel perfect. The scale goes up and suddenly you want to throw away your whole entire week. For what? A bloated stomach and a little sodium? Grow up. Get up, drink water, go for a walk, make a light meal, and no, I don't mean starve yourself. You don't need to undo anything. You just need to move forward. Being consistent is harder than being obsessive. Control your reactions, not just your food. So yeah, the scale went up. It's allowed to. You're human. Now you act like the girl you want to be. The one that doesn't fall apart over one dinner. The one who knows how to course correct and keep it pushing. Stay calm, stay smart, stay skinny. And if your relationship with food still feels stressy, all or nothing, this video is for you. You don't need another diet. You don't need to download another calorie tracker. You need a mindset, the skinny mindset. Let's talk about how food actually looks when you're not spiraling anymore. When you finally stepped into your soft, elevated, effortlessly controlled era. A skinny mindset should sound like this. Ordering the pasta, eating 5 beautiful bites, feeling glamorously full, and pushing it away without a second thought. We don't clean plates. We don't need to. We eat like we have things to do after because we do. Appointments, errands, Pilates, a date with our favorite body oil, a podcast. There's no room for a food coma in a skinny life. It means refinement. 5 bites, full life. Dessert, of course. I take a bite, I taste it, and if it's not everything, I'm out. Not because I can't eat it. I could eat the whole thing if I wanted to, but I just didn't want to. I don't want to waste a single calorie on something that doesn't live up to me and my standards. Skinny girls have high standards. With men, with plans, with pastries, if it's not amazing, it's not staying. We want pleasure. We want it to be curated, controlled, and chic. Every afternoon, tea with honey. No chaos, no cravings, just something warm and sweet because I take care of myself. It fills me up, keeps my hands busy, and my brain quiet. It's the simplest little ritual. But this is the skinny way. A little sweet, always satisfied, never chaotic. We don't snack like we're in survival mode. We sip like we're on vacation. A skinny brunch order. Let's get into it. Whether you want an oat milk latte, something green, something fun, and always something to share. Eating slowly, talking too much, taking half home in a box and forgetting it exists. We leave food behind because it's normal. Because it is. There's no badge of honor in finishing everything. There's elegance in stopping when the pleasure does. Dinner out. I get steak with butter sometimes. Obviously, I eat until I feel elegant, not stuffed. Because fat is not the enemy, chaos is. I don't need to log macros to know what feels right. My body tells me when I'm not yelling over it. We're not afraid of food. We're afraid of losing our sparkle. And being overstuffed dulls it every time. At a chic dinner party where you get served way too much and you try everything, I love most of it, but I always leave half. Because here's the thing, I don't owe anyone a clean plate. I taste it, I decide, I'm done. No guilt, no drama. It's not about control, it's about taste. Skinny isn't a rule, it's a standard. For the final day of vacation, you won't find me doing one last binge on fries and margaritas. You also won't find me Googling cleanse on the plane home. No punishment, no panic. Just a quiet craving for my clean food, my calm routine, and my tea or my matcha. It's not discipline, it's taste. When you've really got a skinny mindset around food, your cravings change, you start craving feeling good. Most of my meals are balanced. Some aren't, but none of my meals are dramatic. Always when I'm home trying to eat home-cooked, nutrient-dense meals with little chic, little fun foods. Sometimes I have pasta and wine, but guess what? No day is ever a disaster. That's what a skinny mindset actually looks like. Calm, controlled, high standard. This isn't the food freedom they sell you. This is food freedom, but with taste. So if your relationship with food still feels loud, stressy, chaotic, like it swings between I need to be perfect and screw it, I'll start over on Monday. You don't need another meal again. You need a mindset. You need a lifestyle that lets you eat butter with real bread and feel in control. You need the skinny society. We eat pasta, we eat real butter, we eat dessert. We also leave food behind without flinching. This is what a healthy relationship with food looks like when you stop trying to shrink yourself so small and start living like you actually have taste. Subscribe to the Skinny Society if you're done spiraling. but you're ready to live life in the middle. Be skinny, but also enjoying it, because it's not about tracking every single calorie, it's about taste. Thank you guys for watching this whole entire video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and also go check me out on my Instagram. I love you so much. Stay skinny, stay thriving, stay living effortlessly slim. I love you guys.